minutes. Good evening, Riley. How you doing? Well, I'm saying, hold on, Alex, let's do the delivered radio. I got a few spots in this box on my desk over here. Just playing working tomorrow over here. You want to bring it over here, and I got a sack full of you, so. I got a big empty spot there on mine now, too. I'm going to have to, of course, that's one reason I want to get rid of it, so I don't get it. I got another one here, 46, I can put this place. With a skilled up operations, nice at each valve, 2 meter. So, yeah, it'll make me be able to put this stuff in here with some organizations that I want to get in. Not too bad yet. I told you, I told the guys to see that's all I do for the telephone. Yeah, well, it's not as in really like those. I really like those. But I'm just telling you, I don't think that's got a price for them. UHF, what do you I mean, that radio comes with much money. This radio did good, though.
Let always run. Rain, shine, holidays, or whatever. We're still here.
Okay, we'll be here then too. If you're going to be here, we'll be here. So, we'll let you go, but I'll let you go around if you really check me.
ACACD, this is a nice baby. That's in the keep eye across that. Well, thanks for being there, Robert. No, that's what they have, don't it? If we're not here, you can rest assured that I couldn't make it home on sick, you know? Yeah, I'll always be here. So, if I'm not here, you better make some phone calls and see if I'm okay. ACACD has been that baby. That's it. 7-3 for that, right? Okay, very good. Somebody with you? Do we have any more early check-in for the Q5 Club and Edison, please come now?
Kilo Charlie 9 Tango Whiskey X-ray.
Okay, I heard several stations. Give me the whiskey station first. The whiskey station first. W9 FRT, I'm L. Did you hear the other station out there? Oh, yes, he was. He was coming in right on over us. Sure, that was. And good evening to you there, Mel. You want me to put you down earlier, or you gotta wait for the next?
I'll wait for the next, yeah.
Okay, very good, Mel. Let's see if I can find out who that was station was. This is at 9 JBW in the Q5 Subnet and Echolink K9CCL-L. Here I guess the station that was trying to get in there. Come now, please.
You got Kilo Charlie 9 Tango Whiskey X-ray Travis out of Michigan City, Indiana.
Okay, Travis, give me a call again. Yes,
KC9 TWX. KC9 Tango Whiskey X-ray over here in Michigan City.
Okay, KC9 TWX. Good evening.
Well, good evening there. I've checked in here a few times before and actually off this week, so I figured I'd jump in there and say hello.
Well, we're happy it is. I'm about 10 degrees off here. Let's get that help. Does that help any Travis?
Yeah, you seem to be a little bit louder there. Definitely in there now good.
Yeah, antenna's very sharp. I was about 10 degrees off the 10 degrees makes a lot of difference with the antenna here, though.
QSL, yeah. I got a 10 element beam up there, so it's a little tight as well, but you got an extremely large one, don't you?
Well, not extremely large, it's 28 feet. I don't know what you call that, extremely large, but it's large.
I can only imagine trying to tune somebody in with that. You got to be exactly on top of them.
That's why I use the longer program that gives me the direct beam getting
QSL on that, and yeah, that definitely helps when you're trying to tune somebody in there with the beam. If you know exactly where to tune them in at, that helps definitely a lot.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt when you're running the net, but you can really reach out there and touch somebody in a distance with it,
You almost need a loop antenna up there to run the net, just so everybody gets in all the way around.
I got a big wheel up there, but it's too cold to go up there to see what's wrong with it,
Well, I understand that. Yeah, I put all my antenna work off until the spring now. It's definitely took a turn for the worst here, started about yesterday.
Hey, QSL, I'll get up there next spring and take it all down and see what the heck is going on. I tested it down here in the shack and it was dead flat. I put it up there on the roof and the SWRs went crazy, so either my coax, I think it's part of my coax, my jumper up there. I need to change the jumper probably, but it went berserk when I put it up there, so never used it but once when my other antenna froze. When this antenna froze up, I was able to use the big wheel and it was working properly. When this antenna unsolved, this wheel quit working, you know?
Sometimes it's the most simplest things, and other times it's not so easy. But yeah, hopefully it's just a coax issue there, or you know, something got bumped on the way up, and you didn't notice it when you installed it. But a lot of times it's something that's that simple. My 10-meter vertical antenna, the gentleman that done it before bought it brand new and couldn't get the SWR to go down. Said the SWR was up above a 3, and I brought it home and put it together, and come to find out, you know, the last little piece at the end, you got to cut that to the frequency you want it resident on, and he cut it at about half the size of what it needed to be. So I got a new small piece of aluminum, cut it to the right length, and man, that antenna worked like a dream. So, you know, sometimes it's the simplest things a lot of people overlook.
So my HF rig, I hadn't ran it in a while, and I got out there and the guy told me that I had RF getting back into my signal. I go, what the heck? I never had a problem with this thing. Come to find out what it was is the connector, the power connector on my power supply was loose.
I had the same thing here with my 2-meter mobile. I'd go to run it on high power and that mobile would shut right off. And I was scratching my head for days, couldn't figure it out. It would run on low power, but it would not run on high power. Anytime it'd go to run 50 watts, it'd shut the rig right off. Come to find out that the ground wire to the power supply was completely off. The only ground it was getting was through the antenna, which would let it run on low power, but it wouldn't let it run on high. But it took me about 2 or 3 days to figure that out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, used to fixing a problem with the radio is pretty easy, except the RF. But finding the problem is what the problem is. So once you find it, you can fix it in no time at all. But finding the problem is the real problem, you know?
Oh, QSL, that's for sure. And yeah, it's, you know, one thing when it's not that big of a deal to find it, but sometimes finding that problem's what takes forever. And then, you know, you hit yourself on the head because it was something so simple and so easy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, you know, one of them, we set up a new website, right? We have a new website up. We encourage you to check in and send us pictures of your stack and send your favorite links and stuff like that to us. We're expanding the website. We haven't gotten their pictures up there yet, but that's what I'm asking for. And everybody can send the pictures to the website, and we'll post them in the photo section, you know.
QSL, we can do that. And being that you mentioned that, I am videotaping our communication here. So by tomorrow, if you look up my call sign on YouTube, Kilo Charlie 9 Tango Whiskey X-Ray, you will see a video assortment of, this will be the 4th video to my YouTube collection, but I got 2 videos of the shack, and I got a video of a 40-meter net that I check into, and I figured I'd videotape this net when I checked in here tonight and try to get that posted for you by tomorrow. But if you look my call sign up on YouTube, you should be able to find those videos very, very easily.
Okay, very good, very good. But also send us some pictures. Anything you want to send us, we can post us on the net. Show off your station there a little bit. I want everybody to know who they're talking to, okay? And that would be a nice thing if we get pictures up there. We had them on the old ones, but when it went down, we lost the pictures and stuff, so we need new pictures. And you're aware that we also have an Echolink connection also, right? That's K9CCL-Link, and the website is q5net.net, you know?
QSL, and yeah, I'm aware of the Echolink node there, and you know, I haven't done it. I know there's a repeater over in Elkhart, Indiana, that they can dial an Echolink node right up through the repeater, and I ought to try to have a couple of guys over there maybe dial you guys in one Thursday night. Maybe get you through the 2-meter repeater. Maybe stir a little bit of interest out that way to get onto the net.
Hey, QSL, anything like that you can do, Travis, we would highly appreciate it. This net has been around since 2003, and I plan to keep running it as long as I can. And I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to the people, and we have quite a following from time to time. That's anywhere from 15 to 25. We used to have 50 check-ins. I'd be out here all night, Travis, but that was a good thing, you know?
QSL, and I got a friend that I've talked to on 2 meter for quite some time, and I just recently, within the past probably about 4 months, upgraded to my general ticket. And a gentleman I've talked to on 2 meters does a net on 40 meter, and I got on there, been checking in on his net, and he told me the same thing. He used to have 50, 60 check-ins, and now they're down to about a dozen, and we had about 14 of them in there tonight. So I was really happy to try to hopefully pique a little bit of interest on that net as well, and try to get some more check-ins there. So that's what it's all about, is to try to get us all together and all communicating. So many guys just sit and listen to their police scanner to the 2 meter repeaters, and they need to get a little more active.
That's what this net is all about, is to create activity out there. I encourage everybody to get out on their radio for 10 or 15 minutes and call CQ, turn your antenna in all directions, put the amplifiers on. Stop listening at 144-200 and start throwing some calls out there. Everybody's listening, okay?
Oh, that's just it. I mean, there are a lot of people out there listening. There's a lot of people out there that that's all they do. They sit back and listen. There's not a lot of people out there giving out their calls. 6 meters probably just about as bad as 2 meter sideband. I mean, I could put that radio and scan and it won't stop for days. So we got to get some activity on some of these bands, otherwise we're probably going to lose them.
Yeah, we lost part of 220, and 2 meters is a great band. I can get 300-400 miles on 2 meters without a problem, and that's a good band to have, But if you lose that, then you're stuck with pretty much HF if you want to get out of it. But 2 meters, I have worked Colorado on 2 meters, and just a week or so ago I worked Georgia.
QSL, and that's very good range there. I haven't been as active as I should be on 2 meter sideband. I only got one rig here that'll do 2 meter sideband, or I'll do HF. So I got to choose where I want to be. Lately I've been on HF, but I got a lot of other rigs to do a lot of other stuff. I monitor 10 meter, 6 meter all the time. 440, I scan through a dozen repeaters, and it just scans for days at a time too. So it's just funny how that works. I wish there was more activity on some of the other bands, and wished I had more money to put into the hobby to get a few more rigs, but I'm running out of space to put stuff in the shack as well.
Well, that's a good thing, Travis. That's a good thing. When you're running out of space, that means that you're active in the hobby. You're active in the hobby. You got lots of radio. Look to me, the radios, all those radios are not too hard to find, and they're not that expensive, and they're rather small. You can probably find one of those for not too much money, and be on 2 meters, larger 2 meters, because we're out here talking every night. K9CCL and others are now talking every night before we go to bed,
QSL. Usually at this time I'm still sleeping. I get up about 8 o'clock and I head out for work about 8:30 our time. I work midnights, so it's kind of hard to get out here in the evenings. Once in a while I'm able to check in, but not always, depending on what's going on. And I got three little ones that run around full time, between 10 years old and 2 years old. So I'm pretty busy over here.
Well, I definitely can understand that. Family does come first. Just after all, this is only a hobby, but I spend as much time as I can out here. But anyway, I'm going to move on, Travis, to see if I can pick up a few more. Don't run off. I'll be back this way, and you can check in again during the regular net if you like. But it was good to talk to you, and we'll catch you a little bit later on down the road. KCH, the Exodus is in JDW, the Q5 Club net. 73 for 9,
73s, and yeah, we might be here later, we might not, but we'll see what happens. KC9TWX, back to net.
Roger, roger. Well, break with you. You have anyone check in to the east for the Houston South net? Early function, I come down, please. WB90LYH. KC8ZJL. Hold on a minute, let me get down just a little bit there. Hello, Dennis, how you doing? Yeah, I was only a few degrees off here. I'm on you now. I'm on you. Well, it looks like I'm on you. No, I'm a little high off here, but only about 1 or 2 degrees, so I'm not going to worry about that. Oh, definitely top step, Dennis. Definitely top step.